Right, so I forgot to swap my observer interface because we're never on European servers to cast stuff like this. So guys, we are going to have to muddle through the ugliest, the most defaultiest observer UI. I guess I'll move the logo to here for now. Alright guys. Oh god, this is so disgusting and I apologize. But here we are. Welcome back to the big one. This is Group D starting off. This is the final group of the tournament, the final group of the day. And this is going to lead in the last two players for the round of 8. Spawning here in the bottom left corner of the map. From Team Acer. None other than the Red Terran player, MMA.
In the bottom right, as the blue Zerg, it is Hyun. And I guess we got our confirmation on the map changes not being in effect yet.
Yeah, so for those who don't know, real quick, they're changing, not changed yet. Foxtrot Labs will eventually be cross-spawn only. As it currently stands, it is only no vertical spawn, so you cannot spawn above each other, either horizontally as we have, or across.
Whoa, dude. If a Zerg places first in Group D and MMA finishes second, we get 4 TVZs in the quarterfinals. Wait, no, we're doing it randomly though, aren't we?
Yeah, so it could be ZVZs or TVTs, or it could be all
If
all
we
ZVTs.
weren't doing it randomly and the seeding was like other tournaments, learning is right. That would have been so coincidental.
So sick is what it is. But no, this group has got quite a few good players in it. You know, we see Acer MMA and of course Rockat's Hyun right now. But let's not forget, guys, we got Samsung Galaxy Stork versus CM Storm's Revival after this. I mean,
who's that guy? Protoss Hope?
yeah, it's not even the joke at this point isn't even Foreign Hope. It's Protoss Hope, right? Protoss supposed to be OP right now. What happened to that?
The only tournament where you get more Terrans than Protoss, which is coincidental because there's only one Terran in each group. So
right, Terrans were the scarcity. You know, we kind of threw up those funny polls for the tournament. Like, seriously, we're all the Terrans. We're the Terrans. I was really disheartened that we couldn't get more Terrans involved. Actually, you know, a lot of coincidence through timing. Players like Jakshi, Tasia, Daishi. You know, these were all people who were busy with other events, nation wars, traveling, you know, unable to compete for whatever reason. So we reached out to a lot of Terran players, Polt included in this list, as well as many others. And at first I was a little bit bummed we only got 4. You know, Axiom was sadly tentative at the time of this, so we possibly could have had Hart and Young as well. But at the same time, I'm actually really pleased with the way we've got the round of 8 set up so far. I'm glad the Terrans are coming out strong because there's really been a lack of Terran presence in these tournaments. But it's far from over, and that Reaper is on the wrong side of the map, but MMA has not walled off at home. CC on the low ground. Ooh.
So greedy, no supply depot.
MMA. Oh, MMA.
The second Reaper is on the way, though.
Yeah, he'll eventually clean this up. He'll lose to the SCV, though.
Yo.
That sucks.
Yo, if he didn't bring out that second Reaper, I think the command center has to be canceled, or the command center has to be canceled. Cancel it, cancel it, cancel! No!
No, okay, he
oh
saves
my
it.
God.
But that's good.
What?
His response to this. Nice. Sticks the landing. Guys, if you weren't watching the health there at the bottom, that dipped to 19 HP at one point there. That was getting really hairy. Had he reacted like 1 second later, had he not brought the Reaper home, I mean, that would have been a cancel CC. That would have been a killed CC almost, quite frankly.
Oh my God, that was way too... That was too spooky for me.
Oh, hey, I just realized, can't you do bit Control Shift W or something? No, I guess not. Oh, you can.
Gonna die.
Control W makes the UI go away. I forgot. Sorry.
You've never used that, and you've been a spectator forever?
No, like I used to in Wings of Liberty, of course, right before they brought the custom. It's been since Wings of Liberty I've had the custom UI on though. Anyways, as far as what goes down this game, Hyun loses a couple of units, keeps the Reapers at bay. Killing both of them though is kind of a big deal because those were meant to be alive for the follow-up. That was supposed to be coming back home, pairing up with the Hellions, going for that follow push.
Yeah, and you know, obviously getting that scouting done. With Hyun, you know, you're not gonna really scout most of the time what Hyun is trying to hide because Hyun is the guy that always goes to 3 bases. Like a Reaper will scout 2 base Baneling, obviously. He may be able to scout a 3 base Roach Baneling if he sees both of the techs, but that's even rare. It just, you know, mostly it's for like the beginning stages. But Hyun does the 3 base Roach Baneling all in. He does like the 3-4 base Roach Baneling style.
I like
the
pre-spread.
Yeah, I don't actually like that MMA Suicide in here with only 2 Hellions.
Oh, sorry, I just realized I have to put nameplates on because it's horribly. God, I hate the default UI so much. You guys don't understand. Like, there's only 2 UIs that I've strictly hated. Like, some you don't prefer using. The ESL default one is probably number 1 on my list. Default UI is number 2, but a very close number 2.
Ooh. I'm starting to realize why they don't want horizontal spawns anymore. I was looking at the mutas on Hyun's side, the going to MMA's base and then going into the main where there's so much dead space, and I was like, oh, that sucks. That's no good. But I'm looking at it from MMA's side as if it's a Banshee, and you can just you can go from the main to the natural on the same side. Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Dead space on both sides a little bit. Yeah. We don't have that quick golden base though that we saw Solar take, but that's a whole nother can of worms.
That would be actually very surprising if Hyun did it. But you know, Hyun is going for Roach Hydra, it looks like, or maybe just Roaches. We haven't seen the transfer into mutas, but if he is going for Roach Hydra, then you can take the gold base because you're going to be more brute force with Roach Hydra. You're not going to be trying to hide your bases back and react with fast lings. You're going to be up in MMA's face.
Apparently I have to put myself back on Team Liquid after that start.
That would be useful. So yeah, Hyun does take the gold base. MMA does get the Banshee. It's in the main right now. He scans the natural, actually. Interesting that he wouldn't just scout with the Banshee. No cloak.
Yeah. I mean, this is kind of to be expected when you don't have cloak. You don't get massive worker kills. But the idea is to keep it alive, to push and harass queens later with those Hellions, possibly Hellbats.
Possibly. I would doubt it, though. As soon as MMA recognizes that it is Roaches, he should not go for Widow Mines and definitely not Hellbats.
This is kind of an awkward map, too, as far as spawn locations go horizontally in this regard, because this also gives Hyun a bit of an edge. Yes, he expands towards an opponent with a gold base, but he can also tear down the rocks and suddenly have a much better way to get into the base. Yo, is that a Metroid? Oh, it totally is. Maybe? I don't actually. I have no idea what that is. Sorry, Overlord's being picked off. Roach is on the way, and he's going to do exactly as predicted. And this is why Rifkin hates this map. These extra backdoors, because look where MMA's ready. He's ready for the Roach bust, but on the wrong side. He's getting additional bunkers in the back, because I think he knows that it's not going to be completely safe, but he doesn't have vision, so he doesn't hear the rocks being torn down. Normally, you hear the rocks before you see them. Now he sees it barely with that supply depot, and oh, this is such a pain.
You know, he has a tank out, though, and his medevacs are about to be here. I don't know if I'm so worried, really.
I mean, this is certainly not going to be the end of the game for MMA, but this is more damage than should have come down, and this is a lot thanks and attributed to those back rocks. Oh, what?
Whoa, wait.
Yeah, you can actually keep the Overseer alive. Bunker's going to fall a little bit late to their response here, but there's a Banshee above. There's Marauders here.
Where's that tank? There it is.
Yeah.
There you are.
Hidden in the depots. He's actually going to spam repair. He might barely be able to keep it alive. Oh my god, he does. Stim kicks in at the right time too, so he starts pushing forward with the Marines and the Marauders. MMA is going to hold. Loses a good chunk of units for it, but as we see, comes out a little bit ahead in the resource. Oh, sorry, ahead in the resources lost.
You know, MMA not getting upgrades. Where are they? I think. Please don't tell me he's forgotten his engineering base. Oh my god, he's forgotten his engineering base. There's no build in a Terran arsenal that doesn't get upgrades. This is not a timing.
Yeah, even when you all in, it typically has +1 associated.
This is gonna be so bad. The Roach Hydra attack actually usually depends on your opponent not having 2-2. Yes, but you know, eventually you do get 2-2, and then you move on to 3-3, and that's when the ball starts rolling, and the Terrans are at like favor, but no upgrades.
Well, a drop goes off while this is happening, so he's gonna make up for that difference a little bit. But you're right. Like the longer this game goes on, the worse it gets for MMA. This is a player who's so good at the game. For him to forget upgrades, you know he's panicking a little bit. And I think that wall, I mean, the engineering base should have been down before this wall was broken. Okay, granted. But, I mean, this is kind of a crazy situation to be in. Now, if he sieges up here...
Look at that armory timing. Dude, he's on autopilot except for the fact that he forgot the engineering base.
Oh my god. Yeah, you need the armory, not for Thor's, but... Oh, I mean, eventually for Thor's, but there's no mutas in this battle. I mean, he's seen it's primarily Roaches. He can guess it's Hydras. He hasn't seen the Hydra Den, but...
Look how much... MMA is probably wondering why he has so much gas.
Yeah, I mean...
He's probably like, this is weird. Especially since he's going tanks. Usually you have less gas.
Dude, all chat? Is it BM if I'm like, yo, MMA?
I think it's pretty BM. Like, Hyun... If Hyun could scout this for sure, he'd be, like, laughing. He'd be...
Okay, but here's what kills me for this, right? Like, this is already impossibly hard enough to deal with as is. Like, you see the best Terran players struggle with 3-3 Marines and Marauders pushing back Roaches and Hydras. This is a situation for MMA. Oh my god. Yo, the only reason to have this armory is so that you can get level 2 upgrades.
He's probably searching for his engineering base right now. How do you not notice?
How do I go on his vision?
2-2 is supposed to start. There it is.
I'm on his vision.
There it is.
Engineering base coming down.
There we go. Oh, MMA though. He's got, I think he took actually a pretty favorable engagement with that 1-1 time, the roaches that came in. So, I think he's okay, but, he would have been actually pretty great if he had the upgrades too.
Right, so
That was
right now what he kind of has to do, and this isn't like a maybe, this isn't a should, this is what he has to do is keep Hyun from engaging for basically 3 to 5 minutes while he gets those upgrades. You're Terran, you don't have Chrono Boost, you can't make up for a mistake of this being so late.
But you're right, he can buy a lot of time. It's so much more time than you think. Like sometimes you forget 1-1 for 30 seconds and you forget 2-2 for 30 seconds, like typical Masters play, right? But that's over.
Wow, snob much?
It was kind of more of a jab at Masters not being good, because 30 seconds is actually a pretty long time. I mean, you watch pro gamers and it's like immediate, but anyways, this is a big difference.
All right, well, coming down to this map, there's not a lot of tanks here. There's a couple on the ramp, which is gonna be really nice for thinning out the roaches, but 4 tanks in this instance probably isn't gonna cut it. If the Marines weren't here to push, the Hydra's just get on top of it.
That bio is, I can't believe it. Those tanks were in an absolutely fantastic
like a wet noodle
too.
6 damage versus 2 armor upgrades. Oh my god.
That would have been a fantastic fight had he had 1-1.
Yeah, had he had 2-2.
Well, yeah, definitely 2-2, because the tanks were shooting but not getting shot at. There's a couple of bunkers.
MMA's not even gonna be able to tear this base down. Marines without upgrades. He realizes it too. Oh, MMA. Oh, MMA, mistakes were made.